Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we have this 2023 Subaru Ascent and we're going to do the front grille chrome delete installation for this vehicle. So as you guys can see, this is how the front panel looks before doing the installation, and this is how it looks after the installation. So we use the gloss black material in order to black out the panel and also match it with the front panel. Link for the product will be provided below. But with that being said, let's get started with the installation video. So before we start with the installation for the front panel, we need to make sure we prep the entire grille. So all we need is water and baby shampoo mixed together in a spray bottle to create your solution. Once you have your solution, spray it onto a clean microfiber towel and make sure to remove any contaminants that the front grille may have. And also once you're done prepping the panel, make sure everything's completely dry. That way the adhesive on the film is able to tack down to the grille. Okay, so for the installation for the front grille, it is a two-piece installation for one end and then a two-piece installation for the other end. And the film, you'll know where to start it and where to end it when it comes to aligning it to this end. So for the bottom piece, there is a design on the film and you align it just where the emblem is located, where the curve is right here. So align it right here and make sure when you're covering the chrome that you give yourself enough material just to cover underneath as well, since there is chrome underneath here. So just lift the film carefully once you place it, follow the design of the panel, and everything should be covered for the lower section. Okay, sometimes you may need to lift the film again to readjust it. That way we remove any fingers and prevent those fingers from creating creases as well. So once you place the film, grab your squeegee, start tagging down the film, make sure to remove all of the air. Now that everything's tacked down, we're just going to apply a little bit of heat to help the film tack down underneath the panel to cover the chrome. And then any excess material we do have, we could trim it off. Since there is a small gap here, we just trim it off. So first place everything down, and then we'll apply heat to secure everything and remove those fingers. Okay, so grab your heat gun and use the low setting for this part and start where the curve is located. Help it tack down around the curve and then work your way to one end, apply heat to the other end, and then just help it tack down. So hold the film just a little bit while applying heat. Let the film cool down, and then with your finger, help it tack down around the curve. And then just continue on with the rest of the panel. Okay, so for tucking in, there is a small gap here in the grille. You could tuck in the film underneath. And if you still have, let's say, a little bit more excess material, then you would just trim it off. But just make sure before you trim off to tuck in as much as you can. Once you tuck in, apply heat. That way the adhesive on the film is able to activate faster and tack down underneath the panel. And then we would just trim off any excess material we don't need. Like for example here, we don't need this excess material anymore since the chrome is being covered now. So there's a small gap here. Insert your blade and just trim off the excess material. So the gap's roughly around here. Carefully just insert your blade and trim off the material. Remove it carefully. And then anything else can be tucked in inside the small gap. And that's pretty much it. And you will repeat the same step for the other side. And then once you're done, move on to the top piece. Okay, so for the next piece, all we need to do is align this section of the film to the cutout section where the grille separates. So you're going to notice when you see it, there's a small cutout. So that's where we need to align the film first. So align it and make sure as you're aligning it, you cover the chrome on top. So tuck it in inside. Make sure the chrome's being covered. And keep in mind, it's only covering the chrome. Tuck it in inside and make sure to use the top half as the guide to align the rest of the film. So pre-squeegee just to make sure you're covering everything. It looks good right there, and then everything else should just fall into place. So carefully just lift the film, place it down, and just use the top half as the guide to align the rest of the film. Tuck it in underneath. Make sure you have coverage to tuck in and cover the section here. So now we're just slowly going to start tacking down everything. Just take your time when you're squeegeeing this part, since there are a lot of fingers. So just lift the film, follow the design of the curve, slowly tack everything down. And you could also use heat just to help relieve the tension that the film may have here. So just hold the film. Wherever you need to apply heat, just hold it. Apply a little bit of heat. Let the film cool down just a little bit, and then squeegee at an angle. That way we don't crease the film. And you just continue applying heat until everything's tacked down on this curve here. And once you finish tacking down the whole film, the last thing to do is trim off any excess material. So just find that small gap right in between the grille here and the chrome panel. There's just a small gap. Use the top half as the guide in order to trim the excess material. Remove it carefully and just make sure you are trimming only what you don't need. So take your time trimming off the material, follow the design of the grille, and then just continue to reach it to where you need to remove the excess material. And the same steps that we're done here, you repeat it to the other end, and then once you're done, you move on to post heating. So once you finish doing the installation for the front grille, the last thing to do is to post heat the entire panel. So to post heat, grab your heat gun. You could use the highest setting or the low setting, it doesn't really matter. But if you do use the high setting, make sure you're not too close to the film, because if you are too close, you might accidentally burn it if you're just focused on one area. So make sure, if you do use the high setting, apply heat evenly throughout the entire panel. Take your time applying heat, and then once you're done with this process, you're done with the installation. Thank you for choosing Bogar Tech Design. As a small business, your support means everything to us. If you loved your product, please drop a review. If you have questions or issues, don't forget to message us via email. Once again, thank you so much for the support from our family to yours. So that concludes the installation video for the front grille chrome delete installation for the 2023 Subaru Ascent. We hope that the video helped you guys out with the installation. Don't forget to drop a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell. That way you don't miss any of our upcoming installation videos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.